Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Now we're going to need a function which we are going to utilize for populating files with contents. And we're just going to type in void, and I'm going to name this file function populate file. So populate file. And this function will receive two arguments in forms of strings. So it will have a path and it will have the contents of the file. So string path, string script content. Okay. This file is needed. This function is needed so that we can actually create the files and then basically populate them with whatever content we want. And then we have the upper function, POW-admin, which we can actually utilize to run those same scripts which we have created with the populate file function as admin. Okay, so first of all, we're going to need string run cmd, and this is going to be equal to PowerShell.exe notepad.exe. Okay, so notepad.exe and PowerShell.exe. And we're going to have a space here because we're going to merge it with another string, which will also be a part of the command. Okay, so string, and it's going to be final cmd, as in final command, which will be equal to run cmd plus path. So whatever path is passed to the function shall be concatenated with this string here, and we will in effect be opening up the file in a specific location after we have created it. So we first need to actually create the file in order to be able to populate it, but I'm just writing out the populate file function. And we will actually use the POW-admin function up above in order to create the file by running a PowerShell command as admin. Okay, so let's go ahead and type in POW-admin. Now we want to run this final CMD, so final CMD. So you see how useful it is to have these functionalities put into functions so that you don't have to like retype them every single time, but rather instead you are able to have recyclable functions. And let's go ahead and, since this command will open up Notepad and Notepad window will be in the forefront, all we need to do is basically just do keyboard dot print and then just the content that we want, which is our content is placed into the string script content. So this will be written out in Notepad. Okay. And now we need to basically save the file. In order for us to be able to save the file, we need to press Control S. And in order to do that, it's basically the same procedure as before. So just go ahead and type in keyboard.set modifier ctr modifier key underscore ctrl. Okay, and keyboard dot send now. Excellent. So now we have control, and now we need S before we actually release control. So keyboard dot set underscore key 1 key S. Excellent. Keyboard keyboard dot send underscore now. There we go. And now we need a delay. So let's say 2 seconds. Keyboard send now. Let me just see if everything is done. Okay, I don't need 2 seconds. I need 1/5 of a second between the press and the release of the keys. And now we need to actually release all the keys. So keyboard dot set modifier 0. You're probably wondering, why am I not just copy pasting this set modifier to 0 and set key 1 to 0? It's because the order is not the same everywhere. So you got to be really careful with that. I just prefer to type it out. That way I have a greater degree of certainty that it is correct. Keyboard, in spite of my terrible spelling, dot set key 1, and this is going to be a 0. Okay, so we've set this to 0, and keyboard dot send now, and there we go. So we have released them, and let's create a delay upon releasing them of, let's say, 2 seconds. Okay. And after we have actually pressed Ctrl S to save the file, we need to close the file. And in order to close anything in Windows, it's Alt F4 basically. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of copying now. Okay, so this is going to be ALT, and it's going to, and I need keyboard send now. So let's just go ahead and grab this one and place it here. And I need set key 1, so keyboard set key 1, because I need to press F4. So key shall be F4. And then I need send now again. Small delay prior to the release of the keys. So let's do this. And now we just need to release all the keys. So these two are actually the same. So I can just go ahead and copy this. So set modifier 0, set key 1 0, send now. Excellent. So there you go. Now we have a function which can generate a file based upon the path given. Not generate the file, populate the file based upon the path given and based upon the contents of the file that are provided via the string. Okay, so the two functions that we're going to have, the two custom-made functions that we're going to have are done and over. We have written them. Now we need to go up, and in the setup part, we will basically need to do a bunch of stuff and call these functions multiple times in order to be able to do what we want, in order to be able to cause a certain chain of events which will to basically occur. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bid you farewell here, and we shall see each other in the follow-up tutorial where we will deal with the void setup and we will insert a good amount of code here.